Hi, 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 beautiful souls. Welcome to Freedom Friday. The Sacred Rebel rises. We are the ones here to change the frequency. And I'm excited to be going live. Uh, due to my timeline today, live is the best option. It's taken me so long to upload videos from my desktop to YouTube. I'm not sure what's going on. So this is how we're going to do it. This is how we do it. It's Friday night for you guys. It's Tuesday in my world. So anyways, a very warm welcome to you. Those who don't know me, my name is Lisalyle. This is my channel here on YouTube. A very warm welcome to those of you who may be new. And of course, a very warm welcome back to all of you who have been rolling around with me for a while, rolling in the deep or playing in the deep. Anyways, we are going to pull some cards today. So if you're new here and anything here does resonate with you, please consider subscribing to the channel. It greatly supports the ability of the channel to grow beyond the artificial algorithms, I think they're called. And if you are a subscriber, all new subscribers and all current subscribers who comment on any of the content, get their name right, get their name entered into a free reading giveaway on a monthly basis. Everything's popping off. A free reading giveaway on a monthly basis. The next draw will be sometime this month. I'm not sure when. So we're going to just pull some cards from the Sacred Rebel Oracle and, excuse me, the Journey of Love. So this is the Sacred Rebel. But what I really want to show you is look at this beautiful heart rock I found. So this heart rock has been sitting on top of these cards since I last used them last week. And I'm not even sure if you can see it, but there's a fossil in there. It's so beautiful. So I'm feeling guided to say that this is about, like, this offering is really about us remembering who we are, remembering why we came, and we each came for great spiritual purpose, purpose in our human experience. So we're the entire package. we are all of it. Yes, we are. So trust your heart. And we're just going to get right in here to pulling some cards after I light the Palo Santo. I've got a big dog that's like laying right at my feet who wants to go to, the PARK across the street. And yeah, so how are you all doing? How's everyone doing? Have you checked out the other offerings in the week? Dawn, thank you so much for being here. I could always count on you to be in my corner. Yay, I am always in yours. 333. And that's my number for the Divine Feminine. There goes the notification on the phone again. That's the number for me for the Divine Feminine, the 333. It's this triple goddess energy, maiden, mother, crone. And wherever we are on the journey, it's really about stepping in and showing up for ourselves in our unique way. There's no one else that can show up in the way that I can show up, and there's no one that can show up in the way you can show up. And sometimes I feel like on this spiritual journey, we can feel rather alone, right? Like, are we ever going to find our people, our wolf pack, our tribe? Yes, this is a part of this is our tribe. You're my tribe, so thank you. Yeah, I love having you here with me too, Dawn. It's like encouragement. But sometimes we can feel rather alone as we're seeking for this home, our people, our crew, our posse, as we used to say back in the 80s in Scarborough. We were the Middlefield posse. It can feel rather lonely. And, what I'm guided to say is your home is always within. So, many of us walk through this world day to day on our own. And yet, I always walk with a legion of light around me. I tried to do like all these other um, readers do, like with the cards. I can't do that. I should probably practice that shuffle. Um, so, anyways, we're just gonna tune in because it really feels like today it's a message to really. I'm feeling like a little bit of lighting a fire under our butts, if you will. And how perfect that this came out. What do you feel? And this is likely the missing ingredient for many within the spiritual community, many on the journey of awakening, is the honoring of the feelings. We have spent much of our lifetime like suppressing and pushing down what we feel in order many times to allow other people to feel comfortable in our presence. And that's not our job. Our job isn't to make other people feel comfortable. Our job is to get comfortable in our own skin so that we can go out into the world with a winning attitude, and, really being the frequency. The sacred rebel is to change the frequency, and that's what we're here for. And if we don't show up for ourselves in our own life, like it's like comparing apples and oranges, right? And what I'm really seeing here is this flower of life image here over the heart, bringing it over the heart. And that's going to help her to understand that we can't compare apples and oranges, two different fruits, right? Um, and one, it's like, and why are we comparing anyways? Because this almost feels like some of us are comparing ourselves to others. And why am I this way? And why does that beautiful soul looks so successful and so you know abundant and confident and this and that. And if you're seeing that in the other, that's 100% present in you. Yet perhaps it's in the comparison that you keep yourself separate from the other, that you hold yourself back from having like the full technicolor experience, because like the I'm just feeling like this person is like, oh, I'm so lost and I'm so confused and I just don't know what to do, and looking externally for the answers when the answers are within you. It's like juggling the thoughts and emotions. Who can juggle? Can you guys juggle? Did you ever juggle when you were young? I can do two. Attempt to throw three things up in the air, but it's usually just two. And then you'll see here that we have this 9 energy. At the time of this live, we are in 2025. It is a universal 9. It's actually 9/9 today because it's February the 7th. So we've got this 999 energy, which is wrapping up a cycle. Everyone says 10 is the wrapping up, and perhaps it is in the tarot, like the minor arcana. Like in reality, let's face it, 9 is the wrap up. 10 is the new world, right? The double digits. And so this is about our wrapping it up. And yeah, too, I feel like I should juggle for you just for fun. I've got some apples there. Should I? Should I? Should I? So this is about harnessing our own inner power and taking responsibility for how we feel. Oh, I saw that on the bottom of the deck. Oh, okay. I'm going to get my apples. Just a sec. I'm not going to attempt the 3 here because that would be crazy. Right? Oh my gosh. I love it. I was doing it at work the other day, trying to get people at the job I was trying to get people in on it, and I had 3 going, but it's like a pretty pathetic attempt. Woohoo! So everyone, I want you to get out there and juggle some apples. Don't juggle the balls of how busy you are. Juggle some apples and have some fun. Yeah. So, so we were saying 9 is the wrap up. How do you feel? Honoring and acknowledging how we feel. And then we got the 10, releasing allegiances. Like, what are you holding on to? What are you holding on to? Someone else's vision for how your life should look, for how you should present yourself, for how you should speak, how you should dress, how any of it. Like, are we waiting for other people's permission? And I know we have done this a lot in life. And it's like, I feel like it's time to turn our back to that. And I'm not sure if you can see there, but there's like, I think they're bees. This card came up last week in this message as well. And so we're still in the release part, right? We're still letting go. We're working up to the full moon. When is the full moon? Full moon. Let me just have a look at that because I don't know. Full moon is it Gemini? I'm just so present in the moment. Oh, it's before Valentine's Day. Okay, let's see. Oh, yeah, it's Wednesday. Is it next Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday, February the 12th. The snow moon. And we're at the 7th. So we're 5 days away from this full moon energy. And it's really about like, can we do the work now? Can we commit to ourselves now to honor what we feel, to take action according to how we feel, and to make any shifts and adjustments that we need to make in our day-to-day life that supports our ability with the full moon energy coming up. And remember, we feel it days before and days after. It's not just like a snapshot in the sky, 8:52 a.m. we have a full moon and then the energy's passed. No, you're probably feeling it now. And if not, you certainly will be feeling it into the start of the new work week next week. And so are you prepared to take some time as we are approaching everyone's weekend here? Are you prepared to take some time to do the inner work, to really, tune in to and acknowledge how you're feeling? And then if there's something, there's always something we can do about how we're feeling. Show up for yourself and do what you can do, right? And perhaps writing is going to help us through this process of releasing, help us work really with this full moon energy. I love how these two, Milo's brother, hi. Hi, I've seen your comments, and unfortunately we haven't been able to connect live. So nice to see you here today. Oh, yay, John's here with us too. What I'm really feeling guided to note here is we see how drab the images on these cards is. Right. Yes. And I feel like this is a gift, right? Like our ability to show up for ourselves. And look, we've got the drab and, confused. I'm not sure here. She's got her, she's comparing apples and oranges, looking outside of herself for like the confirmation of how she feels. Meanwhile, she knows exactly how she feels. And now she's stripping it all back. She's taking that cloak, that shirt off, whatever, and she's there and she's naked, and these bees are attracted to her. That's what I'm feeling today. It's like the bees are attracted to her sweetness. She is a sweet and beautiful flower of life, and it's up to her through her practices to come back to life, remembering who we are, who we each are. On the cards in recent days, there's been a lot of these monarch butterflies, right? And the monarch butterfly, is a really beautiful butterfly. And I believe it's like endangered now, probably because of all the stuff they spray at us from the sky. It's also a symbol for the MK Ultra mind control. And so I'm feeling like this is like get out of your mind and into your heart. Listen to what is going on inside, right? The butterfly is a beautiful symbol of transformation. And I mean, just the visual of that, right? From the caterpillar eating all the leaves, like eating its way to a big chunky thing and then spinning itself into this beautiful chrysalis and then going in there and dissolving into a pile of liquid goo and then transforming into the butterfly that we see. Yes, pure alchemy. And an alchemist, as Paulo Coelho says, an alchemist is one who transforms everything with love. Have you The Alchemist? It's a short little ditty. It's a book. We have a copy here in the house. I absolutely love it. But this is about our ability to show up for ourselves is what transforms ourselves. And what I'm really seeing is like the tears. It's like she's wearing mascara or something. And it's like the mascara is not waterproof. It's like allowing all the darkness to be washed away, allowing your pain. And just, are you willing to release your pain? Come on, please release your pain. Let it go. Work with Mother Earth. Allow her to receive what it is that you are in need of releasing, and she will transform that and send that back to you as pure, unconditional love and support. This is really beautiful. And it almost feels like this weekend, we can see like the frequency elevating there. It's almost like that flower of life coming into the experience, helping this beautiful soul, this individual, to move beyond their own inability to honor their emotions and their feelings. And you're not too sensitive. Your sensitivities are a gift. You're not too emotional. And perhaps we get into those places where we feel like we're an emotional basket case. Many of you have seen me in that space. If not, go back to any video in 2024 and probably around March or April, you would see the emotional basket case. This is about, I feel like the emotional basket case, perhaps that comes from a space of one who is not honoring their emotions, one who is not showing up for themselves on a daily basis. And then when something happens, the emotions pop off, and usually suppressed emotions manifest externally as anger, right? Like we pop off, we're angry, we're irritated. And you'll notice that, um, it's like the ego, it's the battle of the ego and the spirit, right? And we've all had that battle, and and we all find ways to cope throughout life. And what this is saying, and it's a number 42, which comes to a 6. So it's like 6 is the choice point, right? 6 is the lover's card, and that's all about choice. And we have free will, and free will resides within the same space as the ego, our solar plexus. And it's like the mind that drives the ego, left brain drives the ego to. I'm seeing ski poles, stand your ground, stay where you are. We don't want to move beyond this, which is like somewhat self-imposed isolation, because the seeking is here external, the comparison of apples and oranges. Why are we comparing? We are each unique. Humans, HUEMANS. We are each unique in the experience, and this is the experience we're all here to have uniquely through our hearts, which connect us to the whole, right? So it feels like perhaps this weekend is a good weekend to, pick up a pen and a notebook and start to jot some things down. What we do here now, as I'm connecting again with this, they're saying reverberates throughout the cosmos, throughout the limitations of time and space, beyond. They're asking me to take the bottom card here. Beyond the vessel of flesh. It's the spiral of grace, number 29, spiral dance of the goddess. This is healing. This is an opening. At this time, it's an opening for us to move beyond this and into healing, for all time, for all children upon the earth. Like this green energy, it's healing. And the white is the purity of our heart, right? The white is our spirit, our soul calling us into this, dance, this space of grace. We speak about that all the time here, the spiral of grace. And if we're not dancing each and every day, what are we doing? If we're hearing the music and we're not dancing and we're not inspired to move, or we think we might like to dance, why aren't we doing it? If you don't get up and dance, I can't do it for you. And maybe Mondays, on Movement Mondays, we'll do a little bit of I'm feeling guided to change Mondays to Movement Mondays. So we'll do a little, perhaps a little dance and, the hippie shake or whatever, the hippie dippy shake, and really support ourselves to move energy. This is the number one gift I give to myself on a daily basis is movement, moving my body, and it's usually dancing. It used to be much more strenuous movement, heavy lifting and this kind of stuff. And I should probably get back to that because this body could use that. And yet, in order to move me through this phase of transition and the alchemical process that we are all currently in, it's dancing. It's fun. And, I really feel like it goes back to little Lisa. I remember a comment coming my way one time asking me where I'd learned to dance like that. I was very young. And, that kind of, I think, there's something in that for a long time stopped me from dancing because perhaps it was too suggestive. I don't know. This is about what we were mentioning at the beginning, honoring all phases, right? Like this is what this message is for. This sacred rebel is like the ancient wisdom that is here to be born through us through all phases of this experience. Maiden, mother, crone. Welcome yourself home. Yeah, nothing bad can happen when you're dancing. Absolutely. I love to dance. I'm at the point in life I am so excited to meet who will be my dance partner for life. Like that, and this is what it's all about. Shakti, our inner fire, our heart's desire, our higher self manifesting in the here and now, our soul on purpose, our soul coming online through the dancing, because we are the goddesses, we are the gods and goddesses, we are the divine humans that are dancing, healing, dancing and weaving healing through eons of time. And yet we are here having the human, H-U-E, man experience of returning to the creative source that lives and breathes within us. And it's through our heart. I'm just feeling like this, it's golden, solar plexus. I'm just feeling like heart on fire, heart's desire, wishes and dreams coming true. There is healing in you that wants to come through you. Is that from beauty? The beauty of the experience, right? It's not all rainbows and lollipops. And as much as I, put myself out there in the world, like, I hope as a beacon of hope, a positive example, spiritually grounded, joyful, playful, childlike in a lot of my ways. There's nothing like immature about me. Well, maybe some emotional stuff immature. And yet I'm very comfortable now moving into that role, like as that crone energy, wise woman. I mean, I'm only 54, hardly feel like a crone, and hopefully don't look much like a crone. It's just that wisdom way, right? Stepping into our role, like having been through it and through the maidenhood and through the motherhood. There's been a lot that hasn't appeared as beautiful. And yet, at this stage of life, at this stage of the evolutionary process, as at this stage of the alchemical process of the human really being the embodiment of the soul, seeding the experience of heaven on earth here at home in our very own hearts, here at home, um, in the garden that we plant, whether it's externally or internally. Are we able to see the beauty? And we have 13 here. This is the divine feminine. 13, the number of the feminine, the goddess awakening. You're not going to believe this. The coming together. We have the 66 here, and then we have the 666. And there's nothing, everything of great value, of great spiritual purpose and support has been, I want to say, distorted and basically hijacked. Like my Wisdom of the Heart page was hijacked last year, extorted, taken, stolen from me. So have all the sacred symbols. So have the sacred numbers. And this is a beautiful, because when we take, we've already had the double 9, right? Or we did have a double 9, and now we have a double 10. Oh, double 9 in what's today's date is, and the double 10 here. Once we release these allegiances that have us feeling, once we recognize that we are the honey, the sweetness of life, the flower of life, and we dance, we support ourselves through dance and play and honoring what we feel each and every day, then we are the ones who flip this BS script and come together as one from within our experience so that we can grow community, grow our soul family, grow our tribe, grow this Garden of Eden here on earth. We are here writing our own story, right? And sharing our story is healing. Not only is writing healing to us as we're moving through our story, hopefully once we're able to go back and see how supportive and healing what we have moved through may be for others. So this coming together, it's, what was this very beginning of this message was about coming together with our tribe, our soul family, finding each other, and really, doing the work. Not everyone is here to do that, the true work that it requires of us to do, to honor what we feel, to show up for ourselves in sustainable ways through dance and play, forgiving ourselves and forgiving others and perceived or real trespasses. Who knows? We make up a lot of good stories. And then I'm just really this 10 energy, as we move through the 9, as we wrap up this cycle of not sharing ourselves, perhaps not doing the work, not showing up for ourselves, holding on to these people, places, things, situations, habits, whatever, that aren't good for us. If we're going to stay there, you're going to stay in the wheel of karma, pretty much. You still got stuff to work out there, and that's a valuable place to be. And, best wishes to you. If you're here and you're watching this and anything resonates, and especially if you've been rolling and hanging out with me, spiraling with me for the last decade or more, we're not going back to that. We are moving towards 2026, which is a universal 10, the wheel of destiny, the wheel of fate. And what we have to do right now is release our allegiances to anything that doesn't just see who we are, right? And first and foremost, it's about our ability to see who we are and showing up for ourselves and looking in the mirror and, doing what we need to do so that like we're feeling the excitement, we're making breakthroughs, we're breaking free, we're breaking patterns. I know for sure the last especially in the last couple of weeks, there's really been a clear pattern that I was able to see. And then I won't say yet it's completely released, yet will say I feel empowered through the process, that 2 weeks later, I'm like, okay, I see what that pattern was. It was a long held pattern. And at this time, I was guided to do it different. And I did do it different. And I operated from a place of love, not fear from what, I may not have, what may not appear, into a place of love for dear Lisa, in faith and trust that God knows my heart. We're always just, perhaps we're giving glimpses of how wonderful our life is going to be. And what the visual that I saw was like beyond what I had ever imagined after, Frank's transition. Anyways, I'm just saying there's a coming together of energies, and this looks very that butterfly energy again. The word wants to be written. What is it that your heart, what is it that the child within you, what is it that what message does the child within you want to bring through? I feel more like this is like the infinity symbol. Yeah, all these symbols, I think that's what you're saying. All these symbols have been hijacked. And even when we look at the one that was like the bad symbol in the 1940s, and I guess it's still a bad symbol today, or people view it that way. And it's really just like the symbol, it's like the movement of Orion's belt through the night sky throughout the year. And that's it. It's like everything, we have been lied to so much. And so really the sacred rebel is one who is here to stop lying to themselves, to awaken to the truth of the beauty and the magic that is you, that is all of us. And somehow some way courageously honoring our emotional and feeling body, because this is our creative space, right? And a lot of people, that this our creative space, you can't see. I'm like the space between our hips, the root and sacral chakra. And I feel like we'll touch upon this maybe tomorrow night with the Saturday Night Live. I'm going to write it down so I don't forget. I didn't think I would be on here this long. Sacred. So the space between the hips, the sacral and root chakra, this is like our sexual energy centers in the body, right? And our sexual energy has been hijacked and abused and misused, and still is very much. There's not a lot of real value. We don't speak about the sacredness of sexual connection and, I was going to say intimate relations. And I guess I will say intimate relations, because intimacy is, well, way, way, way beyond, the physical act. And so I'm feeling, guide, this is like that connection when healthy, and when in reverence, when in I want to say committed connection, committed relations, committed partnerships, is incredibly transformative and healing. And yet the power of that has been misused. We see it with, the amount of stuff that people watch, which if you're watching that stuff or subscribing to any of these hubbububs, that's like perpetuating the wounding of the sacredness of that connection, and supporting and, subscribing to any of that real time, and maybe for all time, is supporting, again, it's the hijacking energy. It's supporting terrible things done to children and women, terrible, terrible things. And there's a very high percentage of people, predominantly men, who engage in watching that kind of stuff on, maybe a daily, weekly, monthly basis. And it's not good. And so when we know this, so let's, no more doom and gloom. We can dive into that on Saturday Night Live if you're interested. This is about us honoring our sacredness. And we're not here to engage and indulge in that type of energy any longer. Perhaps at one time we did. And there was a lot, if we did, there was a lot of work that we had to do to heal that. And for those of you who have been around for a decade or a dozen years or more, we did the work. So with that being said, I feel like do I have my little ting shaws here? Maybe we should just do a few little sound with the ting shaws to sign us off for the day. My little dog's now out and about, and the big dog is waiting for what. So just as we close out today, I would like to say, I would just like to say thank you so much for showing up. Milos and Dawn, thank you for engaging here today. Everyone else who is, if you were here live or you're catching the replay, thank you so much for showing up. And honestly, I really, really hope that something touches your beautiful heart. And I'm looking forward to this, glide, ride, dance through 2025 with you. So here we go. And that, my beautiful friends, my beautiful siblings, that is a wrap. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow, Saturday Night Live. It is late. I'm not sure what time it is where you are. Here it'll be 11:45 Eastern Standard Time, PM. Just before the stroke of midnight. I hope to see you then. Until then, take good care of yourself. Show up for yourself this weekend. Honor what you feel. And remember, you are absolutely a worthy and deserving child of light whose dreams really do and can come true. I see you. I feel you. I love you. Thank you. Thank you.